saw A Quiet Place.
It's the quietest movie in the world.
Ah! So bad during this movie. I was saying it on the way in. Because a lot of this movie is silence. I mean, this movie is a physical performance film.
Oh,
I wanted so bad in the middle of the movie for somebody in the theater just
a fucking rip a loud fart.
and
That would have been
not
so
your,
good.
not your typical like fart. I mean like a oh, like a,
one where you gotta go check yourself after.
yeah. If there was anything in my colon, it's not there now.
This was the quietest movie theater I've ever been in. Like everyone in there was being extra quiet the whole entire time.
Now I know what it's like for the last people that actually sat through an Adam Sandler film in the theater. It was quiet the whole time.
Yeah, it was absolutely quiet.
His latest movies. Actually, I don't think he's had a movie go to the theaters in years, but
Probably not.
anyway. Critics on average are giving this like about a B, and that's about where I'm at with it. It was a good movie. It wasn't great. There's a lot of problems with it.
Yeah, it wasn't. It damn sure wasn't what the fucking commercials keep saying it is. I'm tired of every horror movie coming out that's the scariest horror movie in decades, and you see it in a crowded theater, blah, blah, blah. A bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, this was very intense. This was tense as shit, but scary, not so much.
No, I wouldn't even call this a horror movie.
No, it's kind of like when they called it Comes at Night a horror film, and it really wasn't.
Yeah, it's not really a horror movie.
This
It's
could
like that Tom Cruise movie with the War of the Worlds. Not a horror movie either. This is the same kind of movies that the monsters are not. It's not a horror movie. The monsters are not that scary. Like they're gross looking, but
they look like movies that. I mean, they look good, but they look like something an Asylum film creator would come up with for a movie. Like, let's just make a really fucked up looking, like, praying mantis man, and that's essentially what it is.
I don't think anyone in the thing was scared the whole time. Like, nobody gasped out when things happened, or, they tried their couple of jump scares. They didn't really do much.
No, this wasn't scary. I mean, there are some on the edge of your seat moments. There's some tense moments, like, especially with the kids. You're like...
Yeah.
Oh my god, like that. You're like, but I mean, that to me is more like a drama.
Yeah, like a thriller.
Yeah, this is more of a suspense thriller.
Yeah, it's definitely not a horror movie.
No. But as a
Unless
suspense
you're a little
thriller,
bitch and afraid of everything.
It's true. We won't say what happened, but I gotta in the first 5 minutes of the movie. I don't want to spoil this for anybody, but something happened. And you could just guess. Anybody who's watched our videos can probably guess already. Like, yeah, you're probably right.
Laughed out loud.
But I mean, the only person because I did like this and like put my because I tried not to go. He's Look, I just glanced over and everybody's just staring right at us. And we're down in the front row. I didn't want to look behind me because everybody would have been like...
I didn't even care. It was hilarious. I had to laugh. I couldn't contain myself. Those are my favorite parts of movies like this.
I have to say something, though. I haven't seen a movie that focuses on several child actors in a long time where the child actors were all really good.
Yeah.
John Krasinski directed this film, and for a guy that hasn't directed many films, he did a really good job directing this film.
Yeah.
Because you felt for these characters, and of course you don't know anything about them because they can't talk, they can't tell you their story, but through the pictures on the wall, and you kind of guess what happened.
Kind of get the idea, yeah, but still, they, some of the characters' stuff was unnecessary.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck is that one with the swing away Billy?
Oh, Signs.
Yeah, this Signs level of stupid, pointless things to only have a way to end your movie.
Yeah,
I didn't like that.
A way for hey, remember this thing? You see this thing? It's gonna come up later. Remember this thing?
This thing. Hey, there's this thing. Hey, see the thing? The thing.
Yeah.
Make sure you don't forget about the thing, because that's how the movie will end, with the thing.
The beginning of this movie, we're 89 days into the post-apocalypse. This could actually take place.
I thought that was cool that they didn't
that.
start right at the beginning. It was already into it.
Well, we're far enough into it where most of the population is probably already dead, but a lot of the food on the shelves is probably still good.
Yeah.
And it's still fresh, but they're starting to get used to it. So
that was the most horrendous part of this movie is when they were in the grocery store and you could see just the whole entire chip aisle was completely stocked full of potato chips.
And they can't eat them.
They can't take them because they make too much noise.
Yeah.
Like, how terrible. You just gotta walk past them every time you go to the store, like, damn it, those Doritos fucking are worth it.
It's like that Twilight Zone episode where the guy goes to hell and he sees the books everywhere and his glasses fall and break. And he's like, there was finally time. There was finally time. And then they would go in there in the pharmacy, and the first thing I thought was, I'd be like, I'd take every last one of them fucking drugs.
Oh yeah.
I would in the post-apocalypse, like on Fear the Walking Dead, one of the guys is a recovering drug addict, and he has like a relapse at the end of the last season, and he just did everything he could get his hands on. In the apocalypse, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I've never shot hair. I did a lot of drugs back in my day, but heroin's one I could never stick a needle on myself. The apocalypse, yeah, I'm shooting heroin.
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah.
Like, just chill out there. If a zombie comes up, be like, hey bro, you wanna hit this heroin?
It'd be funny if that's the thing that cured zombie. Like, you give heroin to zombies and they just are like,
oh, thanks, bro.
Man.
I've been DTing so bad.
that's the thing about zombies that people don't understand, man, is that we eat people and we're all like, when you get the zombie virus, you immediately get anxiety. So if somebody would have just given us some Xanax or some heroin, man, everything would have been fine.
You've been all good, man. Thanks for helping a brother out, though.
I'm still gonna eat your feet. Man, my feet are your feet or whatever, man. So, a couple of the issues that I had, I'm going to try to talk about 2 or 3 issues I had without spoiling the film, because you won't think you're going into this film that there are things that could be spoiled. You'll think you'll know everything, but there are some things that are kind of cool, especially towards the end when they figure out what can harm these creatures. I thought that was really neat. At the beginning, there were 89 days in, and then it flashes forward like 200 something days in, and flashes to 400 something days in.
Yeah.
During that time, I mean, if you ever played video games like Far Cry, wouldn't you always carry a big bag of rocks on you, and then if you heard one, you throw a rock off of the distance? You'd figure they'd have stuff on them to distract them.
Yeah, to distract them.
Or have different parts of your house.
Like that girl had that like timer thing. Mm-hmm. Like, you could carry that around with you and just have it cranked up and ready to go, and if something came, throw it over off to the side, because they go after noise.
Yeah,
they're like weird blind fucking alien faced zombie monsters that have super gross ear holes.
Yeah, and they do that. I forget what I think it's called, like click tracing, like what bats do.
Yeah,
they make the click sound to give an echo. That way they can hear the reverberating sound from the echo. It's click something. I can't
yeah, but that
remember
doesn't make any sense because they don't actually use that. They only hear their hearing when they hear noises. So
yeah,
they're click echoing. They would be able to tell, hey, there's a person right there. Let's eat them. But they don't. They can only tell they're there if they make a noise.
Yeah, but like if you had a house and they're in the middle of nowhere on like a farm, they never even tell you if that was originally their house or if they just took it over to get away from people. And there's a part where like they go on top of their silo and light a fire, and a bunch of other fires light up, and I just in my head I'm thinking, Gondor calls for aid, and Rohan will answer.
That's fucking hilarious.
That's the first
I was thinking the same thing.
For those of you that haven't seen Return of the King.
Nerds.
But wouldn't you have certain spots set up in the house that these things are nearby, and you'd have large objects, and you'd figure out a way to like shoot them off to the side so they would like run to one way and their attention would go over there. Like my first thought would be diversionary tactics.
Yeah. Yeah, you could have did a lot more with it. Like, they have a untested hole in the basement that they don't test out for some reason until close to the end. Like, well, okay. Wouldn't you have... you're fucking a year and a half in. You think you would have figured out how to make a silent area by now.
And you know, it's funny, the one thing the audience did laugh at that I didn't feel bad about laughing at, one woman has a baby. and she puts it into a box, and they have an oxygen mask on it, but so it can't be hurt. They put the cover on, it just looks like a baby in a box, and other people behind us were like, hey. Like, okay, good, I don't have to feel bad about laughing at this one.
Yeah, they just stuffed that baby in the box, like, here's your little coffin, baby.
How irresponsible is that? I mean, it doesn't make any noise to pull out.
Yeah, that's what I couldn't figure out. Why the hell are they having babies? Must not be a very good sexer to be able to have silent sex.
Yeah, I'd be like, honey, you better just get used to stretching out that butthole because we're not having any kids. I just lost half the viewers.
It was just irresponsible.
It kind of is in the apocalypse. Like, it's one thing in Walking Dead, like when she was pregnant with Judith, when I can't ever remember the wife's name, Rick's wife's name. I mean, we all know now that was Shane's kid. That was like right after the apocalypse. They didn't know what was going on, but like later on, like when Maggie and Glenn have a bit, at that point, it's fucking irresponsible.
That's irresponsible.
You're like bringing a child into a world to die.
It'd be different on like the post-apocalypse thing where you're trying to build society back up and the threat is gone, but no, they still have the threat.
Like you're trying to repopulate after like a nuclear fallout. It's like, okay, we survived the nuclear war. Let's repopulate. Yeah. But when you're absolutely right. When the threat is still there, it's irresponsible to bring a child into the world.
Yeah.
Somebody should call social services, but they can't call anybody, and there's no social services. I'd call 241 kids, but
maybe that was like something that they just did for Thanksgiving every year. They couldn't find any more turkeys, so
have a baby,
roast it up.
I got one in the oven, literally.
As soon as I pop this bun out of the oven, I'm gonna pop it right back in the oven.
Hey, honey, how come there's nothing on this baby but dark meat? Now we're gonna eat this baby, but I can't believe you cheated on me. Oh my god,
that's hilarious. We never did get to see any of the neighbors.
No, we never did. And I think that was kind of cool though. That we it felt more isolated that way.
Yeah, it's definitely isolated, but like, couldn't they make some fucking noise? How big of an area were they in? Like, you could see their fire.
I'm guessing, given the surroundings and where they were, I'm gonna guess they were somewhere south. Like I'm guessing Virginia, because there were some mountains in the background. I'm gonna look it up. I'm probably completely wrong. It's probably like Oklahoma, but I think probably Virginia area is where this took place. So
they always have the most fucked up shit in Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
That happens when you breed with your cousins.
That's West Virginia. Virginia's awesome. West Virginia sucks. Sorry to anybody that lives there. I'm sorry that you have to live there. West Virginia, if Cleveland were a state. That's all I was going to say about Hamilton, Ohio, if Kentucky were a city.
Yeah. All way.
Yeah, it might be Harrison, too. There's somebody I know that watches our videos that lives in Harrison, so get in the comments.
Cocksucker.
Those of you outside this area, Harrison's a town around here that everybody refers to as like, it's like half and half. Half really good people, really awesome. The other half is like the most white trash redneck people you'd ever meet in your life. You just want to stay away from them because you know they will try to probably rape and eat you at some point.
Oh, yeah.
You ever seen The Hills Have Eyes? That's half of Harrison, Ohio.
We'll let you guess which half you live in.
Yeah. If you live over by the Cracker Barrel, you're all right. You're doing okay. I live in Coleraine. There's like Coleraine is if New York were smaller and had less. It was less interesting.
Yeah, with the same amount of fucking assholes driving around.
Yeah, over there. Yeah. 3 people all driving in different directions, but they're all about to hit each other at the same. Like, how does that even happen?
Crash into each other. Like, okay, let's just do it.
Probably all women.
Yeah, they're terrible drivers. It might be Asian.
So,
let's just see how many racist jokes we can fit in this episode.
We'll never beat George Carlin. He did a bit where he did like 18 racist jokes in 2 minutes. It was amazing.
Oh yeah.
But awesome. This movie, yeah. Go see it. Don't. It's not what you're gonna get from the trailer, but it is like I said, a B, like an 84, 80, a solid, just regular B. That's where I'm at with it.
Yeah. Don't go expecting something, super excellent or groundbreaking or the scariest movie you've ever seen, because it's none of that stuff.
No, but I'll tell you what, for John God damn it. Right next to us. Dude, we need to get fucking...
I'm bringing a fucking paintball gun. I swear to God. I'm getting a paintball gun, and we'll sit here with the fucking windows rolled half down, because it's starting to be warm out. And I'm just going to sit here like this and go, pop, 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 pop.
We should install a machine gun turret on the top of your car, but it shoots paintballs and we remote control it.
Yeah.
Like the helicopter in Jackass 3.
Too close, you're getting paintballed. 'Cause that's just uncalled for.
So, yeah, trailers. We got all the same trailers. I just think it's hilarious, the Mission Impossible trailer, because they have Tom Cruise actually holding his own in a fight with Henry Cavill. That's Superman. That would never happen. He would beat the... Tom Cruise is a tough little dude. I ain't going to take that away from him, but Tom Cruise is 55.
Yeah.
That dude would beat the fuck out of him. Like, it just... No.
That's going to be one of those that's probably not going to be very good.
It'll be one of those that the plot will be but the action will be great. I love watching those Mission Impossible movies because Tom Cruise actually does as many of the stunts they legally are allowed to let him do. He does them. Like, another reviewer made a joke when The Mummy came out and they crashed the plane. He's like, I just like that scene because I have no doubts in my mind that Tom Cruise actually had them crash that plane with him in it.
Yeah. At least he does that.
He's got guts.
His money.
Yeah. He's a psychopath, but, I mean, he comes across as an alright guy. Like I said, he does all them stunts at his age. At 55, if I can do that, hell yeah.
Yeah.
But,
and we got, all the same shit.
Yeah, pretty much the same trailers that we've been getting. It's the second time we got the one with the Jackass people in it.
Oh, yeah, the Jackass movie.
That comes out in May, or in June. I mean, that looks
June
alright.
1st. Yeah, that'll be a good one.
Next week is Rampage.
Yeah. It's going to be all around awesome time.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan playing Negan. The Rock playing The Rock.
Yeah. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
There's a fucking giant fucking oversized beast, and then he plays with a gorilla next to him. They're both going to pound their chests.
Yep. Well, I think it's time to... I think we've made too much noise, and oh my God, the monsters are coming in!
Oh, guys! Oh, it's so terrible! Yeah. Fuck that Elmo. You know that's totally consensual, right? Elmo will molest you.
Elmo has his mouth wide open. We'll be back next week with The Rock fighting giant alligators.
Yay.
See ya.